Chapter 3. Blast, Blast, Squawk. I did the thing you're supposed to do when a man-eating praying mantis starts charging at you. I screamed like a girl. Ah! The praying mantis did not slow down. I tried adding running into the mix. Ah! Thud. Ah! Thud. Ah! Thud. Running over snow-covered rocks with a blaster strapped to your arm is harder than it looks. With the creature almost on top of me, I pulled out my last trick, screaming while curling into a tiny ball. But even that didn't work because the stupid blaster kept getting in the, oh, wait, the blaster. At the last second, I closed my eyes, reached up and squeezed my left hand. The blaster recoiled, and I heard a shriek. I opened my eyes to see the praying mantis disappear into a ball of light. Wow, I almost died. Inside of a video game. I imagined the funeral. Here lies Jesse Rigsby of Middlefield, Ohio. He was tragically taken from us by a giant praying mantis while trying to save a video game world from fake aliens. He bravely led the resistance, which lasted for all of 10 seconds. I looked around me. Snow and boulders everywhere, with the path leading deeper into the mountains ahead of me. No thanks. I turned and started walking back to find a way out of this mess. I got exactly 5 steps before clunk. I hit something and fell backwards into the snow. Confused, I picked myself up and tried again. Clunk. I got up and inspected the spot further. It was open air, no different from anything else around me. I tried to put my fist through it. Clunk. Ow! I punched an invisible brick wall. I shook my hand, then tried blasting it. Nothing. Maybe full blast? I charged the blaster and shot the invisible wall from 2 feet away. The ball of light absorbed into the wall and disappeared. I sighed, put my hand against the wall, and started walking to find an opening. After 5 minutes of walking along an invisible wall in the Rocky Mountains, not exactly an activity I thought I'd be doing when I woke up, I heard a noise to my left. Click, click, click. I slowly turned. Through several pine trees, I could see 2 praying mantises scuttling back and forth, guarding the main path. Gulp. I slowed down and crept quieter to keep from alerting the clunk. The invisible wall had jutted in with no warning, and I clunked my head against it. One of the creatures turned. I stayed very still, because maybe praying mantis aliens are like T-Rexes, where they can only see things that move. Squawk! Nope, bad theory. Bad theory. The creature that heard me was now standing on its back legs and making a creepy squawking noise while the other one charged. I ran as fast as my little legs would take me, while climbing over boulders, dodging trees. I kept reaching back and wildly blasting at my attackers. Blast, 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 squawk! Blast, 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 squawk! It may not surprise you to learn that the creatures with 6 nimble inset legs were quickly gaining on the off-balance person who did not post a mile time to be proud of in gym class the previous week. Blast, 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 squawk! Blast, 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 shriek! Got one. Unfortunately, I had no time to celebrate because the mantis I had vaporized was replaced with another one who heard his battle cry. And then another one. I found the path and continued running and blasting wildly behind me, really wishing I brought my inhaler. But who brings an inhaler to a video game? I blamed Eric. He should have texted, "Come over. You're not going to believe this. Maybe bring your inhaler." Or perhaps, "Come over, unless you don't want to get chased by man-eating aliens through the mountains." You know, just to give me a choice. As I ran and blasted, the terrain on either side of the path grew higher and higher until I found myself running through the bottom of a canyon. Praying mantises were now jumping into the canyon behind me, joining their brothers in a stampede of death. Suddenly, the canyon opened up into a big bowl with 50-foot walls. A dead end. I ran to the end, turned around, and started blasting. By this time, I was getting better at picking them off, But it was too late. For every alien I vaporized, 3 more would pour through the canyon opening. The horde got closer and closer, 30 yards away, then 20, then just 15 feet. I continued shooting while closing my eyes, preparing to meet my end. Then, a chorus of shrieks. I opened my eyes just to see the blinding light of 5 aliens getting vaporized at once. Before I could figure out what was happening, the wave behind them also disappeared. Jesse! I looked up. Eric. Eric Conrad, looking exactly like a superhero, was blasting away from the top of a cliff. Hey, buddy, what do you think? This is the worst! Get me out of here, I screamed. Glad you're having fun. Try charging up the full blast. I did what he said. It worked. I got a whole group with one blast. Eric and I worked together on clearing the entire canyon of aliens. After 5 minutes, the only group left was 3 stragglers coming in through the opening. I turned around to watch Eric line up the shot, and that's when I saw it. Sneaking up behind Eric was a jet black creature that looked a little more alien than praying mantis with 5 legs and 1 long blaster arm. Eric! He looked at me. The alien lowered its blaster. Watch out! The alien pulled the trigger, and my best friend in the whole world vaporized before my eyes.